We throw around words like leadership and collaboration all the time, right? But a lot of times they just feel like corporate buzzwords. So what's the actual connection between them? Well, it turns out there's this incredible synergy going on, and getting a handle on it is pretty much the secret to unlocking success for any team.
Okay, before we dive in, I want you to think about your own experience for a second. You've probably had a boss at some point, and hopefully you've also had a real leader. What was the difference? How did each one make you feel, and how did it affect your work? That feeling right there, that's exactly where we're going to start.
See, here's the thing. Real leadership has almost nothing to do with the title on your business card or having the corner office. Nope, it's an action. It's about influence. And it's something that literally anyone in a group can step up and do.
So at its heart, leadership is really all about positive influence. It's about making that shift from just telling people what to do to actually inspiring their trust and giving them a clear path forward. But the most important piece of the puzzle is empowerment, creating that vibe where everyone feels confident and totally capable of bringing their A game.
And wow, the difference between good and poor leadership is like night and day. Good leaders, they're like energy creators. They build people up, they listen, and they empower. Poor leaders, on the other hand, become total energy drains. They micromanage, they don't listen, and they just end up holding the whole team back. But here's the catch. Great leadership isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. The best leaders are adaptable. It's like they have a whole toolbox of different approaches, and they know that different situations call for different tools. So let's check out 4 of the most important styles in that toolbox.
Okay, so this is that toolbox in action. When there's a crisis and the clock is ticking, that autocratic style, making the call alone, is what you need. But when you want everyone on the team to feel valued and bought in, the democratic approach is a total game changer for morale. And what about when you've got a team of absolute pros who know their stuff? That's when you use the laissez-faire or hands-off style to show you trust them. And when you need to do something truly amazing, that's where a transformational leader steps in and inspires the team to go way beyond what they even thought was possible. So, we've got leadership setting the stage. But leadership by itself isn't the whole story. It needs a partner, a powerful one, the collaboration ingredient. And this is where the real magic starts to happen. And let's be super clear about something. Collaboration is not just splitting up a to-do list. That's just cooperation. Real collaboration, that's when ideas start bouncing off each other, building and growing into something brand new, something no single person could have cooked up on their own. It's pure synergy. But you can't just force it. This kind of collaboration only shows up when the conditions are just right. It absolutely needs a foundation of trust, a culture of mutual respect, and totally open lines of communication. Without those 3 things, you don't have a team. You just have a bunch of people working in the same room. All right, so all this theory is great, but what does it actually look like when the rubber meets the road? Let's use a super simple real-world example. Picture a busy restaurant. This little scenario is going to show you exactly why leadership without collaboration is just a recipe for disaster. So picture it. You've got this amazing server, totally on their game, describing the daily special to a table. They do such a great job that they convince the guests to try a special high-end drink pairing. A perfect upsell. This should be a massive win for everyone, right? Well, this is where it all just falls apart. The server puts the order in, but oops, the bartender was never told about the pairing, and now they're scrambling to figure it out. At the same time, the kitchen pushes the food out before the special drink is even close to being ready. The result? A brilliant idea completely torpedoed by a total lack of teamwork. It's a missed sale and, even worse, a really awkward experience for the customer. So how could this have been avoided? Well, it starts with leadership, for sure. That's the coordination piece, making sure the bar and kitchen know about the special. But just knowing isn't enough. You need collaboration so that everyone understands why this pairing is a great idea and feels invested in that shared goal, giving the guest an unforgettable experience. And this all brings us to the biggest takeaway here. We have to stop thinking of leadership and collaboration as 2 separate items on a checklist. They're not. They're 2 sides of the very same coin. You absolutely cannot have one without the other if you're trying to do something truly great. This quote just nails it perfectly. It's a powerful cycle, you see. Strong leaders create the trust and the environment where collaboration can actually happen. And then, in turn, those collaborative teams become the engine that drives success, getting way more done than any one person ever could. So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this one thought.
It doesn't matter if you have a formal title or not. Every single day, you have the chance to influence, to empower, and to collaborate. So the only real question is, how are you going to lead today?